because this is episode 3 of Adam is a Bum.
Nice. But elven virtue celebrated by the Jewsmiths. Alright, thank you for that. Wait, I didn't know what mission was, it just started. Use 5 arrows. Oh, I already messed up, I already used one by accident.
Alright, I've only got 2 more war chiefs to kill, so I could feasibly do that. Oh god, this guy actually killed me though. It was annoying. Because he's, you know, like sometimes they've got the right kinds of immunities that you basically can't do that much damage to them. And you kind of just have to, like, wait it out, either get other Uruks to come and hit them because they'll do normal damage.
Yeah.
Or just constantly do the Wraith flurry over and over again for ages. And it's
Yeah, that's a bit annoying. There's a couple of that like this in here. Where am I? What's that mission? Not where to go. There's a very strong thing down there. I shall run away.
Ready to die?
Oh wait, no, that's why he had hate of his bodyguards taking damage. Oh no, I need to stop hitting this guy. No.
Oh, it was buffing it by hitting the other
Yeah,
guy.
but buff the hell out of him. He's also got explosive crossbow bolts, which is
Nice.
quite overpowered.
Hey, these things are fucking explosives in the left.
Let me remind you.
How many times I've killed you? You killed me once, dude. That's not like that much. Oh, come on! Oh my god, right, he's got half of... And that's it again. He just hit me with 3 crossbow bolts in a row and it took out all of my health. Wait, Sauron's army. Like, the explosive crossbow bolts. Right, damage by ranged attacks. Hate of bodyguard suffering. Monster slaying problem himself. Combat master. Yeah, I can't do crumpets over here.
Don't have any elf shots. Don't know why they're called elf shots. Just call them arrows.
The only reason I can't get headshots in this guy is because I've pushed him back so far. His head's sticking out.
Nice.
If I'd have noticed that he was weak to ranged, I would have killed him away straight away. Killed him away straight away. Killed him straight away.
How do I get into there? I think that's a tunnel.
End to the butchers' extermination parties. Let the Uruks suffer the ravages of nature.
Oh no, yeah, it is a tunnel. It's like an ice tunnel. Dodgy textures there, but okay. We'll go with it.
What, like dodgy ice? Because
Oh, that's better. Yeah, Yeah, they've got a mixture of good ice and bad ice.
Ah,
The bulk of it is actually bad, which is the whole like the scenery bit.
Hmm.
In the distance, that's very poor textured, but then the close-up stuff is really good. I managed that. Basically, didn't scale very well.
right, just one more war chief to go.
Self kill. Oh look, I can't.
The
Can
thing
I?
is, Adam's gonna see that, and he's gonna notice, like, oh, why didn't you just kill that guy with a bow? And I'm gonna want to stab him.
Yeah.
Well, that is if he actually watches that, which is
And not fall asleep.
not fall asleep, because that's what he did last time. I cried because he's so mean to me.
Can I even stealth kill all the kind? You can, because I'm Caliburn, bro. Considerably more than someone else.
Is this worthy game and a respectable trophy you're after? The Caragor roam Mordor in ferocious.
Oh, okay, that broke my void detection, I think. Yeah, even though I shouldn't have.
Wary. Their claws are sharper than steel, and I've seen them crush rock-hard orc skulls like eggs in their jaws. Even wargs and lions give them wide berth. One look at these beasts and you'll know why the pointy ears have named them Bringers of Fear.
First the Caragors, now the Caragaths.
Easy.
How many ways has Mordor to kill them all?
Oh my god, okay, let me retry that mission, because I would have got an extra, I would have got a skill point, but at the beginning of it I accidentally killed an archer just for no reason.
Oh,
Whereas the mission was actually quite easy.
This Uruk's been slain.
I'm gonna dominate. And this guy,
Summon the Pentium.
right, Shagflak, Ghoulkeeper. Okay. Damaged by beasts. He's a Ghoulkeeper who has Caragor like skins on him, on his chest. Yet he's damaged by beasts and ghouls. Right. Okay.
Yeah, there's a couple of those in there.
Right. Those missions aren't even. Complete all hunter missions. Do I only have. Oh, okay.
Easy. There's my skill point.
So you ready for next year's Shrek Fest?
Yes. What breakfast? Alright. One more mission and that's it.
Where are you gonna go?
Yeah. Don't know which mission to do though. Let me just do a collectible instead. Can't get to a mission yet.
Oh, it's just the worst. That's the worst. Unnatural. Filthy. Disgusting.
Slow down, dwarf. What are you ranting about this time?
The last of these new war chiefs, he's a ghoul keeper. Somehow he's controlling the little bastards. Worse, actually, I think he's friends with them.
Controlling them? An Uruk commanding a ghoul army?
Aye, it's so dirty.
What can be done? The ghouls are endless. We can't kill them all.
No, but, oh, shudder to see it. Hate to even think it, but, maybe...
Come on, out with it then.
Well, it's just that your power, you seem to be able to control everything. Uruks, Caragors, Graugs. Could you control the little scavengers, too?
Okay.
Wraithburn.
would have me.
Wait, what does Rainbow do? What's that?
Okay, right, going.
Aw.
Goodbye.
Cry.
All good for you.
Alright. Boom.
Bye.
Alright.
Control the ghouls as well? Isn't that a bit hypocritical?
Well, if by hypocritical you mean brilliant, then yes, it's very hypocritical. Look, I know it's disgusting, but it's for a good cause. Now, go control those redundant ghouls.
It's a start, I suppose. Let's keep going.
Oh, I can see them brushing up against you. I can feel them from here. This was a horrible idea.
There should be more of them. Something's not right.
Just keep knocking on their doors until they answer, Captain. Let's move. Impressive. Disgusting, but impressive. I think we're ready to end this hunt. The Ghoul Keeper hides in an infested cave. Stalk in, steal away his pets, and kill him.
Likes it a lot. That's his motive. Right. Don't know what he likes, but right. This is recording, isn't it? Bleh. Good.
I don't know why I didn't consider dominating these creatures sooner.
Hello?
Oh, hello. This is Nicky
Hello.
Boo.
Nah,
Oh, alright then.
I'm just some guy
You're just some guy.
coming off the truck, ready to wet my whistle.
Do that. I'm not wetting your whistle.
I didn't
don't do
ask
that.
you to.
You couldn't.
I told you to.
Oh,
Oh boy, oh god, oh no.
oh.
So, I'm playing Dragon's Dogma.
Oh, yeah, because that got released.
Got re-released. The thing is, I still own a 360 copy, but I haven't been able to find it in months, so I was like, fuck
So
it.
do I. I've got an Xbox. I've got a 360 copy.
And it is backwards compatible now, so...
Oh, so there was like, is it actually is the Xbox One version special, or is it just exactly the same?
They remastered it.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. That's,
Yeah, it does look quite a bit better. And like, I was like, fuck it, $30 is not bad at all for that, you know? Like, cause this game is the closest thing to a D&D simulator I've ever played on a console. Like,
console, yeah.
yeah, I mean, like, the way your party works and the way the combat works. Not at all the way the story is.
Like, there's games like Divinity that are pretty
Mhm.
much D&D in game form.
Okay.
Like, they're games
Yeah,
that
I mean-
think you would love a lot if you actually had the ability to play them.
Oh, probably. But, like, just the way the combat is with it. The like...
And also,
There's a ton of versatility in the combat in this game, and that's what makes it D&D-esque. The fact that you are allowed to splash your enemy in the face with oil and then shoot a fire at him, and it will light him on fire. You can also jump on the face of an enemy and stab him in the eye. You know?
and also how your actual like height has a big effect on how you interact with the world. Like
Yeah.
there's
Oh, yeah.
Those pedestals that you can stand on, there are buttons that open doors. If you're too small, you don't weigh enough to actually move the button.
Yeah, which I won't, actually.
You need to have like a really tall, big, strong character with you if you want to do something like that. If you want to open that door, you've got to be taller.
Yeah, that's why I've got, all of my I'm playing as a tiny little ranger girl with dreadlocks.
Nice.
And, a scarred up face.
Yeah.
But her pawn is a motherfucking, like, a really huge mage. Which I find funny. But I'm going to, basically I'm gonna wait for him to get his vocation all the way up. And then I'm gonna give him, ranks in probably either warrior or fighter, and then I'm gonna make him a thingy, one of the mixed ones. Like the players. Yeah, Arcane Warrior. I'm gonna make him an Arcane Warrior, and I'm a Ranger, and I'm either gonna go Assassin, which would also make me wanna, if you go assassin, they are the most versatile with just base weapons that aren't magic.
And also,
Like you with. Oh yeah, like they like everything that's not magic, an assassin can touch, which is really cool. Like even though it's a ranger based,
an assassin can touch.
like even though it's a ranger based class, you can pick up a like a sword if you want instead of daggers with your bow.
Yeah. That just reminds me of the license point system in Final Fantasy XII. Like you were actually not allowed to use an item if you didn't have a license. So there'd be like a hat, like a steeple, which is just a hat, basically, and you can't use it because you don't have the required license. So they came up with loads of different comics of like people going, it's just a hat. Why do I need a license? And then them walking out of the shop having bought it anyway, and they're wearing it on their knee
Nice,
because they don't actually know how to wear it.
nice. That's funny. No, I love this game to death. I would honestly, when the next few systems come out in a few years, and they re-release it again, I'll probably buy it again. Like, it's just one of those games where I have no problem paying for it again because the experience is always good.
Babies are better off dead than
You know?
We will avenge
Yeah, me too.
Oh my
but-
god!
our family.
What? Was that on purpose?
Yeah, I did. I pushed you over. I'm sorry.
No. That just this thing happened in the game.
Mhm.
This thing happened in the game that I thought was like this enemy one-shot me, and I was like, what? And it turned out it was a scripted thing, which is kind of weird. Because like I was fighting this guy, he was like half health, and then suddenly he does a ground pound, one-shots me, and walks off. Because have you played
Oh.
Morrowind?
Yeah,
Yeah. You know how
I have the game of the year edition.
some of them are like merciful. So like if you die to them, they'll actually just go, oh, just bugger off. Like they'll shame you basically. They'll make you look really bad.
Mm.
This guy
Okay.
just left, and it was actually a scripted thing. It was kind of weird.
Well, that's kind of cool though. I like that shit. Unexpectedly scripted moments.
Yeah, that don't seem scripted.
Oh my god, yeah. Like, I mean, like, you don't have any idea how caught off guard I was when I traveled to a different galaxy in Andromeda, and suddenly I was faced with a billion ships. You don't remember that? Like, when you move off and you see the enemies, and they're all just looking at you, and then you end up on, then you end up on the new, like, alien race in the game's, like, homeworld. Their capital. We've talked about this many times. When you travel to this galaxy, the one that has Vold in it,
Yeah.
yeah, that sector, there's a special cutscene. You know that.
Well, like,
Where... Huh?
well, which one? Like, there's when you get hit by like that massive the big cloud thing, or what?
The one where you fucking... When you get there, you're greeted by, like, a bunch of enemy ships.
I don't.
You literally... Whatever the enemies are called... We talked about this a month ago! Yes!
Oh, yeah, no, I think I know. Yeah.
Yeah. Damn you,
I'm so sorry.
sir. So I'm 260 pages into it.
What?
Into what? Oh, that's interesting. It's very good. I'm like, let's see, 110 pages into the bit with their children. Although I read like the index to see like it's split into 5 parts, right? The first one is just a little bit 1957, and the rest of the first part is set in the 80s when they're all getting a phone call from Mike Hanlon being like, shit's going down, you have to come back. And they have all blocked out their memory of it all. Like, most of them find that they haven't even thought about their hometown in 20 years. Yeah, because that's how traumatic it was when they first got rid of it.
Yeah.
And that's the beginning of the book, is like doing this kind of reverse recap. Like we're recapping with characters that we haven't even met. You know? Where they're just going over their lives since the incident, and then you find out what the incident was. But reading the index, it's set into five parts, where I realized it goes like adults, then kids, then adults, then kids, then adults. As the parts go.
Oh.
Although I had a flashback of my friend. I could be remembering this wrong, but I remember my friend telling me how the movie ends, and it's something that how the book ends. It's something that the movie never did. And it's been years since he told me this, but I think I remember it because something my coworker said to me just kind of flashed it back in my mind. I told her I was reading it, and she's like, "Do you know how that book ends?" And I was like, "No." And then kind of like lodged back. She's like, "It's disgusting. It's not scary. It's disgusting." And then it kind of like launched back in my mind, if I'm correct. And I believe near the end of this book, all of these main characters have an orgy.
Okay. Wow.
I believe that. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
So what do you think of Shadow of War?
I'm not playing it yet.
Oh, okay.
I
thought you already played it. I thought you already played it a little.
No?
Okay, then what were you streaming the other night?
Shadow of Mordor.
Oh, you said Shadow of War!
I've never said Shadow of Mordor. I've never said Shadow of War when I was said I was streaming something. If you scroll up, you'll see Shadow of Mordor. If I said Shadow of War, then that was in reference to me maybe playing it.
Okay, that's fine, okay?
Yeah.
Alright. I forgot about this part of the game. The boring part. No, where you have to bring the cow with the Hydra's head all the way to the town. Which was really difficult for me the first time I played, and now it's super boring.
Probably because you didn't have very good character.
I just didn't know how to play the game. And yes, I had a terrible character. Although I was too early to have a terrible character. Because I was only like level 3.
Oh no, there's some characters you can have in the early game.
Yeah, but that being said, no matter the build you choose, everything is workable in the beginning if you know what you're doing. It's just how you evolve from there.
Million health potions to chuck them.
Yeah, well, that's how I went through the rest of the game. I found, like, I didn't realize how useful, you know, not getting hit was. Because tanks in this game are not that tanky.
You making a tank is actually very useful. As a character you play, it's way better to be like a ranged attack person.
I don't know. It really depends on you, I think.
Oh yeah, but like, if you look at the like all the most popular builds and all the ones that are most powerful,
Hmm.
doesn't kill them straight away.
Well, actually, Kane, the ones that are most powerful, the ones that are most powerful are generally that character was created by being a mix of a lot of vocations,
Oh yeah.
including like to get a very powerful build for a ranger, you need to take some shit in fighter or warrior.
The threat is over, Torvald. All these foul beastmaster war chiefs have met their end.
Well, you don't need to, but you should.
We certainly had our moments, Dwarf. You even managed to do all right.
What does that mean?
Hmm?
It sounded like she said, "A slave wearing lies."
Scampering monsters might not be so terrible after all. Can have their uses.
Also, I've been using an ability in this, even though I'm very not far in the game, that I've never used before, and it's incredibly useful.
Well,
Snare.
Blue Mountains are waiting.
Safe journeys, my friend.
Moon's Bit Pass.
Was he actually leaving
Shut
the
up.
Blue Mountains? Aw, Torvin's leaving, Nick. You should be crying. Celebrible will return as the Bright Lord. 24.
Isn't he the
Oh, right, so that DLC came out after this one. Okay, I've already played that. Hmm?
Isn't Torvin the not so dwarfy dwarf?
Yes, the dwarf that's like a full head higher than most dwarfs.
Did they bring attention to that?
No, not really. Maybe he's just a dwarf with big bone syndrome.
Yeah, man. Well, he could just literally be an irregularly tall dwarf. That's not impossible.
It's not
I would imagine.
It's
We
just
have.
a bit weird. He's also
Yeah, we have.
that he has obscenely long legs for a dwarf.
Yeah.
The rest of him is mostly alright.
It's just it make like yeah. This. Yeah. So Kane. Pop in some like Dragon's Dogma. We'll use each other's pawns.
I mean, that depends if it's backwards compatible, it still uses the same pool of pawns.
Oh, I mean, if it's on the Xbox One, I don't think it's gonna make a difference. But
What do you mean?
you're right. I understand. Like I feel like because
It probably is. Actually, you can check now because I know T has a pawn, and if you can find T's one, then you can find mine. Because I know I've got.
well, I'll take a. Yeah, I know, but make a new one. We'll do it together. We'll be best buds.
I've played through that game too much to play it again.
So, you're doing this thing today where you think I'm asking you to do something.
You're gonna be my friend, and it's happening, no matter what. And you're gonna enjoy it.
The ensnare ability is super useful, I've learned. Ensnare.
1 second. Yeah? Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to be leaving for a bit.
Oh, good.
For like, about 40-50 minutes, because the next episode of Star Trek Discovery is out. And me and my dad are gonna
Cool.
watch that. Because Star Trek Discovery is actually pretty alright.
Which I think is really weird.
Why?
Because, like, a lot of people are giving that show shit, and you are usually the shit giver.
I'm usually right. It's got its problems, however, I think it's got quite a few things that I think are alright.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Before you go, about what I was trying to say with fucking New Mutants. I wasn't trying to just say no, you're wrong. Fuck that. I had an explanation.
Oh yeah.
And that's like, it should play like a comic book. And the wonderful thing about a comic book
Because they can be anything.
is they could be anything. You could write a horror story about the X-Men.
Oh yeah, no, It's just, it seems so weird to see it.
Well, yeah, I understand, but at the same time, I love X-Men movies, right? I want them to keep making more X-Men movies.
Oh yeah.
That being said, if they make the same X-Men movie over and over, I'm going to stop watching.
Oh yeah, like they have to like put in some changes to.
Oh yeah, they have to expand. Yeah, which is why like Spider-Man: Homecoming worked so well, because they mixed like a superhero movie really well with a high school movie. It has all the same conflicts as both a superhero movie and a high school movie, because he's like learning life, just in a harder fucking fashion than he should.
Yeah. Kill him, kill him! Whoa. Oh, and that doesn't give me health anymore because they took away that.
Damn, dude. It's unfortunate that this guy isn't gonna last too long. Because he's a thingy. He's a pawn, and he's not my pawn, so he doesn't level up.
That's always something that I thought was, it wasn't a bad thing exactly, because if you just made it basically, you have your pawn and it will level up whether you play the game or not, that would be too overpowered, I think.
And yeah, and also you shouldn't have control over the leveling abilities of other people's pawns. Even if it is in your world, I think that's a little weird, and it sounds like a lot of work for the developer.
Yeah, because like, you could leave the game off for like a year, come back and your pawn will be maxed out. Because if your pawn levels up, more people will see it. And the more people will see it, the more people will use it, and the more people will use it, the higher it will level.
Yeah.
Presumably. Like, that's not perfect. If no one likes your character, then yeah, it's not easy. But
Yeah, of course. And then there's Charles, who I didn't pay attention to at all in the character creation or building. And he became the most powerful fucking pawn I've ever seen. T used him every time he... No, he was my midget mage, Charles. Oh my god, he had an ability that I used, that like I assigned him, but just assigned it at random because it was expensive. That T had never seen before. It had something to do with floating rocks as well as giant red pools like swirling from the ground. And T's just like, I don't know how he... And the wonderful thing about Charles is all he had was a staff and a bathrobe. That's all he wore was a bathrobe. You could see his underwear and his bare chest at all times.
so he was the lowest level, or?
What do you mean? No, he wasn't a low level at all.
Oh yeah, you just made him,
Incredibly powerful by accident.
yeah.
And I never upgraded his clothes either. I upgraded his robe occasionally, but he didn't wear anything besides the robe. And that was it. He wore a robe. You could see his underwear and his bare chest at all times. He was a fucking hero, okay? He...
No, Karagor, no!
Oh, fellas.
Bros.
This is your cow, not mine, and you're letting it die. You guys suck. No, we're pretty far. I'm not sure why you're telling them we're not far. We still have quite a ways. Okay.
Nick?
Shh.
Nicky poo?
Shut up, Mercedes.
I'm still disappointed I never actually managed to get her romance option. For some reason it just never came up.
Until I think once was different, but I played through this game many times, right?
I got the bloody little girl, the witch's daughter, or the witch's pawn.
Oh yeah, that's weird. But every time I got that one of the people I got the fucking king's like right hand every time.
I swear, didn't you get the? I remember someone got the innkeeper.
I did that once too.
How much do you have to use the innkeeper for him to fall in love with you?
It was weird, so weird because no matter what I did, right? No matter who I talked to, I would always end with the king's right-hand man. Always. Because the one time that I almost got the king's, like, wife...
Yeah. You got disappointed.
I accidentally...
Oh, no.
I accidentally sold the armor I needed to get into the castle she was being held at. So I couldn't get in. So she probably died then.
Where she dies?
Oh, I don't think she comes back out now. One of the most fucked up segments in the game. Nope, she's in prison, okay?
Yeah, we put her up for adoption. Oh, alright, that's okay.
She's the queen! What are you talking about?
She's gone to a farm where all of the evil queens go.
Is there a place for that?
Yes. Disney.
Hell! Huh. The good thing about being small is a lot of enemies don't even bother with me.
Do you really think that's the reason? It's not because you got someone with taunt?
I might, yeah. That might be the reason. But they just happen... But a lot of them just ignore me until I just hit them in the face, so...
Well, yeah, that's aggro. Like, if someone else, if they're hitting, if your pawns are hitting the enemies, they're gonna hit the enemies. They're gonna hit.
Yeah. Yeah. Is it?
It's not anymore.
Wow! The trip to Grand Soren this time around was a lot shorter than I remember it.
It might have been because you had problems with it the first time.
Yeah, but I played through this game many, many times. Once with a level like 98 character. It's just probably just a memory lapse, really. Unless it turns out that my level 98 character was just terrible. Which he actually was, funnily enough.
Really? Why?
Yeah, because I didn't realize that when you restarted, like,